Despite the warning that she might be shocked, when Kristen Williams was first shown the photograph of her prospective daughter by her adoption caseworker, her immediate reaction wasn't shock, or horror, or disgust. Instead, she was overwhelmed with love and compassion for the little girl, who had been refused many times by other potential adoptive parents, purely because of the way she looked. 3-year-old Durga, an orphan from India, was abandoned at birth and left in a bush. Before she was found and rescued by a policeman a day later, insects and small animals had eaten away at her nose, leaving her with a gaping hole in the middle of her face. Many people were horrified by her appearance, but as soon as Kristen set eyes on her, she knew immediately she could give Durga a loving home. The little girl has now started a new life with Kristen and 8-year-old sister Mani, who was also adopted from India in 2012. "I look at my girls, and I'm so happy," Kristen says. "I'd set out to adopt only one child, but now I've got so much more." In 2010, Kristen began looking at agencies who dealt with children from Nepal. Special day. Eventually, Kristen traveled to the orphanage in Gujarat, Western India, where she met Mani, then age 5, for the first time. India was a total culture shock, she recalls. "I was overwhelmed by everything I saw, from people begging on the streets to the frightening, dangerous traffic." When she got there, Mani was quiet and withdrawn, but Kristen felt so much love for her. And on the 14th of February 2013, Kristen finally became Mani's adoptive mother. "It was such a special day," says Kristen. "I also knew I wanted to adopt a little sister or brother for her as soon as I could." 3 years previously, when baby Durga had been found by the policeman, she was barely clinging to life and was taken to a nearby clinic in Kutch, Gujarat. Her chances of survival were slim due to severe dehydration and malnutrition, but she fought on. Eventually, she made a full recovery and was moved to an orphanage, but there was no funding or money available for treatment for her nose. Durga had spent all her short life disfigured and, as a result, had been refused by several couples because of it. Durga arrived at the Kutch Mahila Kalyan Kendra Care Center in 2011, weighing just 1 pound 3 ounces and a day old. She was very weak and tiny, and the staff were afraid she wouldn't survive, feeding her milk squeezed from cotton wool balls. They named her Durga, and for 3 years they tried their best to find a home for her. 3 couples who initially volunteered to be parents rejected her because of her nose. Then staff contacted an agency licensed with foreign adoptions. Finally, Kristen's agency got in touch, and they soon knew she was the right person for Durga. After hearing Kristen's inspiring story, the doctors reached out to Greg Jin, a certified clinical anaplastologist from Medical Art Prosthetics, who offered to provide Rupa with a custom nasal prosthesis until she is old enough to undergo reconstructive surgery. In addition, double board-certified facial plastic surgeon Dr. Johnny Mendelsohn offered to perform cosmetic scar removal treatments for money, free of charge. The adoption process meant Durga was then matched to Kristen, and no other prospective parent could meet her. In February 2015, Kristen finally met little Durga in India. A happy ever-after story. Kristen and her girls are now able to settle into normal life. Kristen has support from her parents and sister, who has 4 children. All have embraced Mani and Durga as members of the family. "All I saw was a gorgeous little girl with beautiful eyes, who had suffered so much,